This video was produced by
So I'm Matt Carnali, and my class is about web design, but today I'm actually going to talk to you about how important web design is in academia. As any good business student, we all have our table of contents. That's not really important. Let me give you a little brief history of web design. Around the year 2000, what we had was a big boom when we had companies like Google come out, Amazon. And what that was every company realized how important web design was, so they all flooded the marketplace. And around 2001, what we had was a dot-com bust, where all these websites getting all this money, all these great ideas, all of a sudden failed. Only a few stuck around, which we have a Google, Yahoo, Amazon, eBay. And the neat thing around what's 2005 was, after this big bust, everyone sort of came out of the woodworks back again with a new theory, which was Web 2.0. Web 2.0 was more about user creating the content. So we had things like MySpace, YouTube, and what that was, you no longer had authors being paid to create this content. What you had was the users supplying the content to the website and everyone viewing that content, hence why YouTube is popular with videos, MySpace was with all your profiles and things like that. Then, a little bit later in 2008, we had the social era. This is when you had your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter come out. And this is more about your social presence, everyone being connected with each other through the internet. And a little bit later, we had the mobile era, with everyone getting their iPhones, Android, Windows Phone, BlackBerry, things of that nature. We had our Instagram, Yelp, Foursquare. And what this was your cell phone now providing the content to the websites. So it sort of evolved in the Web 2.0 scale, but now more in the mobile sphere. And today what we have is more of it's the cloud era, which is where we're storing all our content online. So we're no longer having physical presence within a physical system such as this. And we're still not all the way there yet. That's why the timeline's not done. What we're seeing now is sort of a melding of all this Web 2.0, this mobile, this cloud storage, all come together right now in the year 2012 and moving on forward. So the way we currently use the web is we currently buy things on the web, we currently find research on the web, we market ourselves on the web, we store things on the web. We're currently all being connected somehow. Every day you're touching one of these websites for whatever reason it may be. Very few people in this world are now no longer connected. My grandparents, for instance, they now use the web. They're not very good at it, but they still do use it, which is kind of interesting to find out. And so in my class, we actually go into web design. And what we use is a platform called Joomla. Joomla is a graphical user interface platform where it allows you to build an entire website without really doing any coding. And Joomla is used on major professional websites like eBay, McDonald's, Jaguar, Barnes & Noble. And it's used for all different types of websites. So it's not just blogging, it's not just a forum, it's everything you can imagine all inside one packaged platform. But it's just it's basically an operating system for a computer, but for your server. So you have just a simple platform where then you can install things on top of that. In my class, what we focused on was no coding whatsoever. As soon as students see a coding aspect, they automatically run to the hills. No one likes to hear HTML5, CSS3, jQuery, JavaScript, ASP.NET. No one wants to hear about that. No one wants to learn that. No one wants to spend time coding their projects. So what we've done is I've stripped out all the code from the entire web design lessons. As you can see right now, we actually have one student's website right there done 100% without any code. And so what we start with is server familiarity. That's basically just the server panel, understand what the server can do for you, where you can upload things to it, how you interact with it. Then we move to FTP, which is basically transferring files to that server. That's where we transfer Joomla onto the server. Then we actually learn how to use Joomla, the platform, doing everything with it. And then we move on to extensions, which we'll get to later in the presentation. And we actually build our website. So as again I said before, that was one student's website. All my students have built websites. Some have e-commerce websites, some have forums, some have different things, all what they want to do. And so now we're at the extension directory. And basically Joomla has been built with this idea that the community will provide everything you need without coding. So for instance, all these names up there are different platforms that all work inside Joomla itself. So Jom Social, for instance, is a Facebook clone. So within 10 minutes, you can have an entire Facebook network on your website, your own personalized network. You have your own forum with Carnali. You can have your own e-commerce system with Virtumart. You have your own photo gallery with Foca. You can have your own systems with RS Joomla. So the beauty of this is it still retains the no coding aspect of your entire website. and it lets you build your entire thing. So for instance, I have a student with a forum with an e-commerce site all linked into the single website, yet they never touch a thing of code. That's the beauty of it. So it took about 15 minutes after learning the software to set the entire thing up. So it gives students the power to build everything they've ever wanted to in a website without having to learn the necessary coding behind like PHP, database software, and things of that nature. And now the beauty of learning Joomla is you can translate to other platforms. Every platform is built in the same sort of manner with extensions, the same sort of things, just named differently. So with that, you can build things on Drupal. Everyone's heard of WordPress, the blogging platform. WordPress actually evolved out of blogging and more of a content management system like Joomla, as well as Magento, an open e-commerce system, ModX, which is a less popular one, but still people use. And I always get a question by a lot of my friends is why teach this class? Why teach in academia? Why is it important? The beauty of this is, as a website, you don't need to be a business person to take advantage of a website. If you're the artist, you have your entire photo gallery up there, you have an entire art collection online. It's not only being reached by just your local community, everyone around you, it's being reached by the entire internet, which is billions of users, now have access to your content. You're building yourself up as a portfolio for everyone to see. You don't have you can't just sell t-shirts at JMU just to JMU students now. You can sell them to the entire world if you want to. So this is the beauty of why everyone is this is such a necessary skill within e-commerce itself, or in the university itself. We've been teaching in the past with all the classes are necessary, like science, art, history, things of that nature, all necessary. But we haven't been teaching anything for the future. And that's the problem which I see right now is we're stuck in this zone where everything is just okay, and we're not really seeing what's happening beyond us. And I think it's a disadvantage to all our students not being able to take your ideas and now bring them to the rest of the world in the manner that we've been provided with the internet. So, thank you.
End of our Zoom talk, and if you are interested in enrolling in a course, that is again where you go in My Madison, or if you're interested in facilitating your own course, propose. The form will be up on our website sometime over winter break, the course proposal form. But thank you very much for coming out tonight, and thank you to all of our speakers. If you all want to stand up, we'll give you